A strike deadline is looming for hundreds of school bus drivers in Toronto. Negotiations are underway in Markham between the union for drivers and Stock Transportation, which is a multinational company. Drivers did vote 95% in favor of a strike ahead of their Thursday deadline, which could see about 575 Toronto bus drivers walk off the job. Now, that would impact more than 4,000 students in the Toronto Public and Catholic school boards, most of them east of Yonge Street. Representatives for Stock are reviewing the demands, and the union is hopeful they'll be called back to the table this evening. They say talks are moving, but the big sticking point is wages for their drivers.
We're the lowest paid people movers in the province. We transport children of all ages, very small, some of them older, special needs. We have a great deal of responsibility, and that's never been acknowledged. And it needs to be. We're moving towards that, and we're going to continue moving that way. A great deal of responsibility, so people deserve that recognition and the respect that goes along with that. In this industry, an employer, there's not a lot of flexibility. So an employer expects the dedication. I think that's important to the kids, that their drivers are fairly regular, and their families. So the split shifts makes it very difficult to hold a second job, or in this case, if you've got a plethora of part-time jobs, you might need 3 to be able to live in Toronto.
And in a statement, the TDSB says parents whose kids are affected will get a school letter letting them know what will happen in the event of a strike. Now, Adrian Ghobrial is over at the bus yard right now with some perspective on what it's like to be on the road. Adrian.
Yeah, thanks, Francis. Some of these buses here could be parked as of Thursday if the union and drivers don't come to an agreement with Stock Transportation. Now, I spoke with multiple drivers today who have been driving with Stock Transportation for years. They tell me simply that their pay is not enough considering the precious cargo they transport around. And get this, if their truck breaks down or if they get stuck in traffic, they tell me they're not paid for any extra time on the job.
There's lots of stuff that we have to do that we don't get compensated for. You know, if there's a big bag traffic day, we don't get compensated anything. We just have to drive and that's it. And the same with bad weather. If it rains or snows, it takes longer to do the route. We're not compensated for it. Don't forget, it is a part-time job, 4 hours a day, and it's split shift, so it's difficult. I mean, I'm up at 5:30, 6 o'clock every morning to get to the bus by 7, do my circle checks, do everything, do my route, then I'm finished till the afternoon.
Job site Nouveau.ca calculated the median wage for bus drivers in 7 provinces and territories. Ontario came in dead last with a median hourly wage of $17.35. That was nearly $2 less than the next closest salary in Quebec, with Saskatchewan topping the list at $26.73 an hour. John Pegg is a retiree who says he drives a bus mainly to get him out and about. However, he notes about 50% of his fellow drivers are working multiple jobs to make ends meet. Zahir Voriji drives a school bus for Stock and works at a restaurant part-time to support his 4 children. In the 8 years that you've been a bus driver, how much has your salary increased per hour?
Per hour increase like around $5 from last 8 years. Because nowadays everything is going up and up and up, right? And minimum wage is not enough to fulfill the demand, whatever you need.
Now, drivers tell me Stock Transportation as of last year actually bumped up their pay about $1.80 in an effort to keep them. Drivers tell me that some of their colleagues have been walking off the job because they say their pay simply isn't enough. Now, the TDSB tells me that Stock Transportation is in year 3 of a 6-year contract to service the schools that they're currently serving as of today. Now, we reached out to Stock today for comment. They did not respond to our multiple requests for comment. However, in a statement last night, they did send out saying that we do not comment publicly on the specific details of our ongoing labor negotiations, but we're hopeful we will reach a resolution soon.